Hello. I am at a hospital in New York City. I'm visiting my sister who is in hospital right now. But anyway, so this is a New York City Sinai Hospital. And this is a little garden. Very, very nice. Lots of building and trees. And the temperature is about probably 75-ish. And as you can see, New York City has this vibe of vitality, let's say, because the minute you step out to the streets, you feel all kinds of traffic and people and the building, and so that's the ambience of the big city. And this particular ambience, I really, really loved it when I used to live in Tokyo. Tokyo is like that. It's a center of culture or something. And certainly New York City is the center of Broadway, musical Broadway plays, culture. So later, going to the 42nd Street and see, I'm not gonna be able to see the musicals or play, but I'm interested to see the streets. There are the Broadway streets. And, so yeah, I think it's very nice. Yeah, definitely. City is worthwhile to visit, I would say, even though I visited here many, many times in the past, but I don't know, like last 20 or 30 years I've never been here, so I kind of missed it. And, so I'm not sure I could visit the museums and park, things like that. But if I could, I like to do that. But yeah, we don't know though. Okay. We are at the Hudson River Park. This is the Hudson River, and this is a trail. Many people are walking and jogging, I would say. Yeah, New York is kind of nice, so it has a lot of stuff like this. So now we came to the Broadway area. This could be a 42nd Street area, and going toward Broadway, 8th Avenue of Broadway, that direction there. And summertime in New York City, it's very, very lively. There's many, many, many tourists walking about. I was amazed, so many tourists walking about this area. Yeah. I used to come to the New York City because my sister lived here. So I, used to come to visit, to stay with them, and
alone by myself.
So this is the
I
Times Square,
went to the Broadway theater and see the shows. Like every night, I went to see the show wherever I could get tickets. But that was like a 1978 or something like that, and then until 1990 maybe even. I used to come here. I saw a lot of show on Broadway, but not as many as you wish. We are playing the chess, and Les Mis, and the Phantom, and Starlight Express. I saw that too, and what the other
So that's the TKTS
show
over
that I
there.
remember.
That means you can get the cheap tickets. Yeah.
Yeah, like other stuff like Sweeney Todd. I saw the touring company coming to the Iowa. I think. I saw that. And Angels America I saw in Michigan, Fisher Theater. And so, yeah, lots of other places I try to see the Broadway productions of the touring group. But yeah, it's very, very exciting. I think most of the people who visit New York, I think they just enjoy the theater. And so, yeah, that's nice. This is Chicago, the theater playing Chicago. I don't know the name of the theater. And yeah, so lots of scaffolding on the streets. That's very typical in New York. So yeah, this is coming up Bukomolmo. I think this particular theater, I think like this year, early this year, they have some kind of a fire incident. So they have to stop the performance for a couple of months, I would say. But now it's open for Bukomolmo. And I never see this live performance of Bukomolmo, but I saw lots of video clips, whole productions of a different company. This is Hamilton here. I never seen the Hamilton live, but I saw the already original cast film version. I saw that. So yeah, and then we came to here. This is the Central Park, Columbus Circle area, and this is something that I been many times before, but I decided for the first time walk from south tip of the Central Park to the north tip of the Central Park. But I realized it's so big. This is so big, and it's a very hot day. And of course, I end up with the middle of the halfway through. I had to stop because it's so big here. But I really like this atmosphere of Central Park. Walk. I think this is probably the west side of the Midway, the west side of Central Park. I think it's Columbus Circle, maybe, something like that. Yeah. So like if you walk from the south side, I think this is probably midway going to the Central Park. Yeah. This looks like some kind of animals and so forth. Not quite sure what that is. But on that day, I found this particular performance of the Shakespeare in the Park, free performance of the Shakespeare's Winter's Tale, featuring Raoul Esparza. We could get a ticket, so we went to see in the evening time. We had to come back in the evening time and sit through for 3 hours of the Shakespearean play. But it was excellent play there. So I was so glad that I could have that opportunity to see that. I think this is maybe the theater. Yeah.
What is this?
So many people were doing this bicycling and stuff there, and I really felt that how lucky the people are in New York City, because they could do right in the middle of the city a very nice big green park. So they could do, day and night they could go out and walk around, exercise and everything. And so, yeah. So this is a statue of Scottish poet Robert Burns. I got to know Robert Burns because I got to know some Scottish people here in this country, and they still admire this guy, and they do have huggers and all this stuff, having a party. So I thought it was kind of interesting. Of course, the people came from all over the world. Scotland is one place they came, Ireland is another, So I think those things I think pretty much celebrated here, because this particular country is composed of all kinds of different ethnic groups, and that's why I think makes the America the great free country there. And so, yeah. But nonetheless, the park is beautiful. I was so amazed. So many trees planted there, and many trees are very, sometimes I have never seen. This particular statue here, this is a famous female angel, I think, used for the play Angels of America. And this particular thing is like I couldn't get close to it because this is under renovation here. But you can see this beautiful statue. And what I understand is like this particular statue celebrated the water coming to New York City from probably upstate New York. Beautiful water, clear water, to save the people who were really devastated by the cholera and stuff here in New York City. So that saved the life of many people. And that's why this particular statue was created at that time. And female, I think just because I think a creator, artist is I think a female. And that particular statue was played by Emma Thompson in the Angels of America movie, which is original, no, which is which uses original play script. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend. It's called Angels America. Al Pacino in it, and very very nice play about AIDS victims in New York City. Yeah, so next place we went in the evening was to see this Statue of Liberty. The cruise leave probably in the Hudson River, not close to the tip, but a little bit to north, and starts from there. And this particular trip was starting toward 7:30 or something like that. So it's already evening time and getting darker, but I think you can see the sunset and everything. That's going to be beautiful there. You see the Statue of Liberty. And of course, many tourists, probably I would say international tourists. Some of them are American tourists, I would say. But for the first time, they see this particular Statue of Liberty, and they themselves think about, how significant this particular country is due to this freedom, something like that. Statue of Liberty was a present from France, who did the French Revolution, 1778, right? And 1789, that's the French Revolution. So actually, 1776 is earlier than French Revolution. I didn't realize that. But anyway, that's why the France and both America doesn't have any king, queens, or anything like that anymore, and based on the people's governing the country and the president freedom. So that is very very significant. Many people come from like Irish, all these European came from Germany or something like that, and by ship. So first thing they see, they start to see the New York City harbor, and they see this particular statue, and so that's why it's very very significant. Today, for example, like Mexican people, Mexican American, I would say, if they see this Statue of Liberty, they all also have the same feeling of you came to the U.S. for whatever the reason, freedom, economical reason, or whatever the reason, American dream, chasing American dream. I think some of them are, yeah, it's true that chasing American dream is very, very typical reason why people come here to the United States. And so, yeah, I felt the same way. I love the American culture, especially jazz music and movies, TV, drama. English language, especially originally coming from England, probably, but kind of associate with America as well. And that particular country, the culture, is like a tremendously strong impact on me. I became a Broadway fan after I started to enjoy going to the Broadway theater, musicals, and so forth. And that just because of the language and I started to understand the language. So musical all of a sudden becomes so enjoyable. And reading books also. Reading books came much later. When I was 60 years old, I became a great English reader, English book reader, and because I realized I could read in English, and it turns out it's much easier when you start reading in English. It's much easier to read the Japanese translation of English literature, for example. Just because I think English reading, I think once you establish, I think it's very easy to read, and also today most of the literature worldwide is translated to English, as well as all the other countries too. That to Japan, they translate to Japanese. But when I was there in Japan, reading world literature was kind of difficult, even though I was reading Japanese translation, but somehow difficult to read. Probably Japanese translation was not that easy to read, even for Japanese people. So I became a fan of reading in English, and just only 10 or 15 years ago, and became an avid reader in this country. So I think about quite often, wow, what's the power of the language of English? Just because of that, I started to enjoy the theater and the books. I think if I stayed in the Japanese language only users, that would never happen. So I'm kind of thankful that English language culture there. This is a beautiful Statue of Liberty in the background of sunset. Very nice. Noticed some of the jet ski type of people playing around this Statue of Liberty. I thought I was very amazing that they can do that, So, jet skis and type of stuff, I thought maybe in the California people do that, but in New York Harbor, they do that too, because they think it's fun to do it. So I became a little bit emotional looking at this beautiful Statue of Liberty, and going to the not the Hudson River side, going to the other side of the Manhattan Island waterway there, and to see the Brooklyn Bridge, for example. Brooklyn Bridge, I saw the book called the Brooklyn Bridge or something like that. I forgot the author, kind of a famous author, but I don't remember the name right now. I enjoyed that particular book also. Very historical reading of how this guy made the Brooklyn Bridge. And at that time, probably 18 to 19, early 1900, that time there. That was seeing that particular bridges is also made me more or less emotional there.
It's very calm sunset.
Yes, now you go to the East River, that's what it is. That direction there to see different bridges. This is the New Jersey side here. So the west side. This is the Manhattan area. Yeah.
Very, very nice.
So right hand side is the Manhattan. Heading toward the East River.
I'm gonna go to the wow. Yeah, Brooklyn Bridge is most famous.
So this first bridge is not the second one. But we go underneath this particular bridge and cross the bridge. This is Manhattan skyline. And the right hand side is like the Bronx and Brooklyn, the city in New York. And one thing I remember is like a World Trade Center 9/11 event. Of course, the World Trade Center doesn't exist anymore, and I think many people kind of remember because as we cruise here as well. Yeah, this is the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah. It's a beautiful bridge though, yeah. It's a black one, it's dark, black
Marched across the Brooklyn Bridge with 20 blood elephants. Yoko was leading the pack. Everybody went bananas
and beyond that is the Manhattan Bridge.
21 elephants crossing the Brooklyn Bridge right now. What a spectacle, that is full of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, so as you see, we are cruising here in Hudson Bay. It's not that huge area of this particular New York City. It's a tip of the New York City. New York City, compared to Tokyo, for example, it's not that big, huge area, but it's very condensed area here, and most of the building is a very tall skyscrapers that are there. Yeah, it's something to behold. The New York City, I think. New York City has a lot of art museum. We went to the Metropolitan Museum there, and it was, beautiful building, and inside very, very nicely organized exhibitions there. saw lots of Monets and French Impressionism, Renoir, Van Gogh's painting. Many people are looking at those paintings. Yeah, that's something that when you go to New York City, you have to visit the museums. Yeah, so that is my trip to New York City 2026.